So, what would it take to convince you to play a game of Civ with me?
I'd play with you. That'd be fine. Now you'd have to probably like actually get a proper streaming setup. Like, do you have a?
Yeah, if I wanted to guest host you on my channel, I would have to get a proper streaming setup, and I would have to upgrade my computer, make sure it didn't explode, you know, the whole thing.
You might want to get a driver for your webcam, that kind of thing. It's still doing the zoom in, zoom out thing constantly. I've tried to stop thinking about it, but I can't.
Whoops. It doesn't seem as bad, though.
That's true. Oh, hey, we have rebels. I wasn't paying attention. Hey, look. Once again, there are Granadan separatists. It's a good thing we turned that fort on accidentally.
Yeah. Oh, under attack. Fear not. Besiege for Granada. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Castile, can you get it together with your separatists? Like, what's going on, man?
Yeah, you're actually a much better ruler than he is.
All right, so we're going to send them out. Yep. Okay, you ready to beat me to it?
Well, here, I wanted to actually try to teach you something here about this. So we're going to go to Gibraltar.
Okay.
You remember earlier I was talking about how I like to keep my army at least some morale.
Yeah.
I don't want to overwhelm you with too much information, but...
Okay, I'm bracing myself. Okay, go.
In EU4 combat math, casualties are inflicted based on discipline, morale, tactics, combat ability, all these other modifiers, right? Mm-hmm. There's one value, though, that's kind of weird, and that's the amount of morale damage that you inflict in combat. Morale damage is inflicted based on your maximum morale, not your current morale. What that means is that if we were to go into a battle right now with this military maintenance slider at like 30 to 40%, our maximum morale on this army is 0.95. So we would do almost no morale damage because our maximum is very low. If we were to raise this maintenance slider, morale max is 3.17. Even though our current morale is still 0.95, our maximum morale just went up by 3 times. And maximum morale...
okay, I get it. Because it's not about what you have in that moment, it's what you could have.
Exactly. Maximum morale determines morale casualties. So this might seem like suicide, but watch what happens if you send this 17 stack to go fight that 13 stack, even though it has no morale. It's at like a third of its maximum. Just try it.
Okay.
And trust me. You trust me, right?
Yeah. All right. I sent the dudes.
That looks like suicide, right? Doesn't look like a good battle, does it?
Well, we have Pinkwig at the helm, so I have to hold my fingers.
If we had kept the morale slider at 30-40%, this would be an easily lost fight. But here's the important thing. The combat's going to last for a minimum of 4 phases, and the casualties we inflict are the exact same as if we had maximum morale.
Okay.
So we're going to win this fight. It's going to be easy. And she's looking at her phone. Don't watch the battle, it's fine.
I watched the battle and we won.
She trusted me enough to watch her phone. See, that's good.
I looked down for 3 seconds.
That's how long the battle took. That's just an important thing to know. I think a lot of players, when they're new, they don't know that maximum morale is what determines their combat ability. So, for example, you might think that if you keep your slider at like 70%, that's good. But even if you're only doing it for one battle, always raise the maintenance slider to the maximum until the battle's over, and then you can put it back down, because maximum morale determines morale damage.
Okay. I mean, why does it work like that?
Because paradox math. I don't have a better answer than that. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's an honest answer, so it's fine.
No, my waifu is not this woman. This is Monk 004. My waifu is Florian, and he is from the Netherlands.
Flori's going to get very upset.
Seriously, he is. He's going to be very jealous when he realizes you have more monitors than he does.
I didn't really, I would think that he would have like a whole setup, like, 4 monitors and, amazing sound system.
No, you should hear the audio quality on the recordings that just went out today. He sounds like he's in a tin room. Lots of echo. I just sent the explorer back to, finish his job and actually find the coastline for us in South America.
I noticed.
So see what he's doing now. He's busting the fog on all the coastal provinces, and you can choose a place to colonize now, unless you wanted to wait for South America.
Our agent was discovered in Tunis.
Okay.
So we, I guess our spy network has been reduced.
Yep. So we had whatever we were at, we went down to the next 25 point break point. So if we were like 90, we went down to 75. If we were at 65, we'd go down to 50. And then for the next 12 months, we can't spy. If you want, you can keep the diplomat there, but he's not doing anything for the next year.
Okay.
Which I personally hate as a mechanic, but whatever. So that's why the number's red.
You should write a strongly worded letter.
Oh, I did many times. Their solution, it used to be when they first introduced the revamped spy network system, which it wasn't always this way. It used to be that when you get caught, your diplomat would go home. So I complained, saying that I didn't like how the diplomat was sent home because I would forget who I was trying to spy on. So Johan, who was still very, very heavily involved with EU4 development at the time, his solution to that problem was to make it so that the diplomat doesn't go home. He just does fuck all for 12 months. He just stays there doing nothing, which is not what I wanted. I think it's even worse, because now not only can you not do the job you wanted to do, but he literally does nothing, which is worse. So, thanks, Johan. Anyway, so choose a colony. L. Go to page, I think it's like 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, page 12. And you can choose a province that you want to colonize. There are 3 with 10 development: Rio de Janeiro, Bahia, and Pernambuco.
Wait, how do I open that menu again?
L? L for the ledger,
okay,
and then page 12. And you can click the headers on this table to sort. So if you want to sort by like South America, sort by colonist chance, or the total development.
Oh, cool.
Usually you want to sort by total development, because the higher the development, the better the colony will be when it finishes for you. But you might have other decisions in your, that factor in, like Rio de Janeiro has a natural harbor there, while, say, for example, Bahia has a natural harbor, and Pernambuco does as well. They're all very good. But maybe you want to colonize somewhere just to extend your colonial range. Like maybe your goal is to circumnavigate the globe. So you want to colonize Rio Grande do Sul, just because it's further south, and then you can like explore farther.
Okay, hold on. I'm taking a look.
Arumba, why haven't you conquered the world yet? That's a good idea. We should do that.
I'm working on it. I'm trying to understand how to do it.
Nope, we don't yet have the 3 dev splendor. She took Portuguese colonial growth first, and we're on track to have the next one. We did discover America, which is a 2nd splendor bonus.
Rio Grande do Sul has really aggressive natives.
Yes, but go F10. Do you remember when we first got our colonist? You chose native coexistence, which means native uprising chance minus 100%. So that native aggressiveness is completely irrelevant to you, because they will never have an uprising because you have minus 100% uprising chance.
All right, then let's go for it.
So you want to circumnavigate. That's your goal.
Yeah, I think that'd be kind of cool.
Cool. All right, fine. Whatever you want to do. Did you send him?
I'm sending them. Wait. Oh.
All right. So unfortunately, that province is not quite within colonial range. There's a map mode that I don't have keybound because I don't use it very often. But if you click this bottom left button.
Okay, got it. All right, I got it.
You click on that one, and then it's called colonial. That'll color the map showing green. They're within colonial range. Red, they're not. So these are your options right now.
Okay, so I guess we have to do...
Like Rio de Janeiro would be the one that's the furthest south, if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, yeah.
To Rio!
Rio de Janeiro!
Yes, chat wants you to min-max. They're noticing that because we've discovered America, that's our 2nd splendor bonus. They want you to own a large city, which is dev push. They want us to push the development of our capital to 30 development to get another splendor bonus.
Okay.
So you could theoretically activate your golden era, which you can only do once per game. You don't have to. We do have a lot of military points, so we could dev push the capital. We also do not yet have the institution because it's spreading super slowly. However, it's going to spread pretty quick because Castile has it now.
Yeah. I mean, like...
Like, yeah, so do you want to do all that? Yeah? No?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, so before we do that, a couple things you want to check. Is there any way we can make the burghers happy? Because if they're above 60% loyalty, you can get a discount to your development cost.
Is there any province that we can give them that is a natural harbor?
Great question. She's learning. So we have Tangiers, Garb. We have Lisboa, but that's our capital, and then Porto. Earlier, I gave them Porto. The only other natural harbor we have is Garb, and that's currently owned by the nobles. When you revoke a province, they get mad, obviously. So we would have to revoke a province from the nobles to do it. And more importantly, their influence is at 97%. So if we granted them another province, they'd go to 100, and that's where a disaster happens.
Shit, okay.
So no, I wouldn't mess with the burghers in that case. They do own one province they really shouldn't, which is Aveiro. It's coastal, so they should have it, maybe, but it's not a natural harbor.
Can we give them one of the islands?
No. They have to, the burghers will only take provinces that have at least 10 development or a lot of trade power. And the islands have really low development. Like this one over here is 331, so it's only 7. You'd have to develop this province up to 10 to give them that.
Okay.
But again, they would be too influential if we gave them another province. So all we'll do is just turn our state edict off of trade power and onto local dev cost, and then we can spend some military points, since that's the one we have the most of, and we're the most ahead of time on. So we'll spend 50 military points at a time to push this up a bit. Every time we do this click, we're gaining a maximum manpower in this province of 250. So this is raising our maximum manpower, which affects our manpower recovery speed. It's like,
Okay.
right now we have 182 a month. We do one more click. It's going to go up to 185. So 3 more men. Yay! 3 men.
Of course I'm going to be doing better than Mr. 400. I'm learning from a pro.
There you go. So we're now down to just 49 military points, which is not very many, but we're still 6 years ahead of time, so we're fine on tech.
Okay.
We'll have plenty of time to build those points up. And we have a 30 development capital. Now, if you really wanted to, at the beginning of next month, we could activate our golden era, but...
Should we wait till a more opportune time?
I personally think that it's best to just use it whenever you can, because it provides a huge edge in strength.
We have more border friction.
Oh, hey, look at that. The burghers actually do have too much influence.
I'm not going to read this for the 80th time, but... What do you... Okay, so... I don't want our relationship with Castile to drop at all, but I don't completely want to revoke the claim, but I hate losing the diplomatic power. So, like... Again, doing the math, what is the best option?
In this case, I would lose prestige. If you want to keep the claim, the cheapest option is just lose the claim. The second cheapest, if you don't want to lose the claim, is to lose prestige, whatever the other one is, the one at the bottom. Well, actually, what's our opinion with them is 200, right?
Yeah, it's really high.
And the top option is like what? Perhaps a policy changes in...
Castile's, perhaps a policy changes in order. Castile's opinion of Portugal is changed by minus 50.
And that's all.
That's it.
Yeah, so we don't have that modifier right now. Every single line on this list decays on its own on an annual basis. So you can afford to take a couple of these hits. Go ahead and do this one. Just say a policy changes in order. And then when we look at Castile's opinion of us, it's still 200. But now there's a new line in here, irritated over claims, minus 50. That's growing and coming back at a rate of 2 per year on the January tick. So over the next 25 years, that'll go away anyway. So we can afford to do a few of those.
Okay, so it doesn't, I don't have to be worried about completely, because like, again, I'm sorry, I'm functioning on like Civ diplomacy, which is like, you make one wrong call and then they don't let it go for like 800 fucking years, if not more. And you're like, dude, I get it. I accidentally told you not to settle near my country like 1,000 years ago. Can you fucking chill out? Like, mood?
Beard looks, yeah. So here's why we have that red flag that's all mean and stuff now. Yeah. One side effect that's not listed that we didn't, I should remember off the top of my head.
Disaster?
The burghers now have 100.4 influence because there's a new item in this list, center of trade 5%, and then now we also have city with at least 30 development. So by pushing our capital to 30, we now have an extra 5% extra influence for the burghers just because.
Okay.
So that sort of sucks. We need to revoke a province.
Yeah, that's bad. We don't want looming disaster.
Well, we don't have to revoke a province. If you look at this list, it says granted admiralship lasts until 16 May 1475.
Yeah.
And this tooltip says the disaster will fire December of 74. If you compare those dates and see if any of them anything's going to drop off. In this case, it's not. So yeah, we're just going to have to let the burghers be pissed. They're going to lose Aviero. Sorry, burghers. So instead of having a rebellion, now they're just going to be mad for a while. Well, it's their fault.
We can invest in a new idea.
Yeah. Which is a good one, too.
Our military leader has left us. Admiral Garcia Cutilho no longer serves us. He died at sea after having contracted a unfortunate illness. Oh, what a poor guy. Okay, we get to take now Land of Opportunity.
Yep. Also,
portraying cultural, yeah. I mean, that's the only one we can take, so I'm just gonna take that.
Mm-hmm. And I didn't mention this when we took that third idea. Notice along that top, we're filling in. We're filling in bars. Yeah, that's our national ideas. Every 3 real ideas you take unlocks a national idea. So.
Oh, cool.
So we also picked up Legacy of the Navigator when we got our 3rd exploration idea, and we're 1/3 of the way towards the next one, which is Alphonsine Ordnance.
Okay, neat.
Chat wants you to send the Explorer somewhere. He's...
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. Sorry, I'm so used to just hitting an auto-explore button and just letting the dude go forever for tens of thousands of years in civilization.
Also, we have an open leader slot, and Spartacus wants to know if he can be a general for us. We have very low army tradition, and so he'd be a very bad leader, and he wants to be a bad leader for you. That's up to you.
Aww.
You want to spend 50?
Like, that's really sweet. You want to really be a bad leader for me?
Make him a conquistador so he's even worse, and then, then we can send him off exploring and have him hopefully find, what's it called? The 7 cities.
People are like, don't do it.
Just do it.
Well, you guys have a better idea?
Do it. Just do it. Hire him as a conquistador. Would be great.
He shall be called. Oh, is he? It's a channel meme.
What I normally do is I name my generals after people in chat. Like when it's time to hire generals, I'll roll generals with people from the game from chat, and then that way when the general does well, I get to talk about how great they are, and when the general does awful, I get to deride and insult them. And
do you do the full username? I'm gonna do the full username. It's Spartacus 2727, right?
It is.
Let me just make sure I spelled it right. Okay, yes, I did.
And he's a 2-1-2, 5 pips on a range of 2 to 7. Slightly above average, technically.
All right.
This is surprising.
Spartacus is the sandwich king. I like that. All right, so we can send him exploring.
Yep. So I pulled 1 transport out of our mothballed fleet, and 1 infantry out of our 17 stack, and just auto shipped him to the colony. Once it gets there, we can assign him. You still need to send the explorer somewhere.
Yes. We gotta send these. Gosh, I'm so bad.
He doesn't want to do his job. You have to manually tell him how to do every little thing. That's how obnoxious. Why don't
they just have an automatic, like, explore button? Like, that's so annoying.
Right. Look, Paradox. if someone who's got like an hour of experience feels the same exact way I do, this is an indicator that maybe there should just be a fucking explore everything within Colonial Range button, right?
Yeah, like and like listen, if civilization can have that, like just that would just make it so much easier.
It's super obnoxious.
Sorry, I have a mood about that because like that's seriously what I do in my game. Is just like once I hit a point where I have like one Navy vessel, I don't mind exploring. I just go, here you go, dude.
Look,
just go do your thing.
You want to see how absolutely ridiculous this is? Look.
Wait, we have friendship with natives.
Okay, go to the colony whenever you're ready.
Yeah.
The infantry has arrived. I've assigned Spartacus for you. Look at the list of the buttons you can click. One of them is Hunt for the 7 Cities. Watch what happens when you click that button.
Okay.
Now we'll just let the game run.
Also,
Look.
by the way, our colonists have managed to reach out to the natives and arrive at an understanding with them. It is understanding that has allowed our colony greater scope for growth without the natives getting upset. It is worth a Thanksgiving. The natives in Rio de Janeiro lose 1 ferocity and they lose 1 aggressiveness. Hooray! Are we basically searching for El Dorado right now?
Yes, that's exactly what he's doing. But more importantly, look what he's
Spartacus.
Look what he's doing though. He's automatically exploring all the shit that's within range.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that dumb how it works on land, but your idiot explorer is too stupid to like do something without you telling him every little thing to do? Like, God, frustrating, man.
I would love somebody just to make a mod for that, just to kind of like.
It would have been done by now, I'm sure, if it were possible, but that's an internal game engine type click. Unless, maybe, you know what could be done? What if, logically here, I think it could be done, actually. If they just made it so that the entire ocean was one region, then you could just have a explore the ocean region.
Not? I mean, I see that it's broken up into like some pieces, but like it's still not considered a region itself.
No, it's not. Like, we're telling them go explore like the Ivory Coast region, which is the region along the water.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
The problem with the idea I just gave out would be that it would break certain mechanics like buying maps and stealing maps, because you steal maps based on regions as well. So that'd have to be a different region system. It wouldn't work, basically. Paradox has to do it themselves. But it makes too much sense, so they won't do it.
Yeah, that's really frustrating. I mean, I do like the idea. Like, I mean, one of the most fun parts for me in playing a Civ game compared to like EU4 is that I love highly randomized maps. I love them. I love huge worlds, completely randomized maps. Meaning like an archipelago, like just a land of islands, a world of islands, or like a world with multiple continents, not just like 4 or 5. Like it could have like 12, you know, or things like that. I really love that. I've also gotten a good kick out of playing games that like were based on a world map, because like that's just fun when you're like trolling with your friends. But my favorite kind of games, because like the exploration for me is the most fun. And like when I'm casually playing with friends or by myself, I will play like Polynesia, I think it is, and I will just explore the world because it's fun.
I didn't know that about you, but now I do. So there's a mechanic in the game. You can actually enable Randomized New World. So all of Europe and Africa and Asia are all normal, but everything in North and South America is completely random.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay.
Yeah. And I'll admit, when you explore for the first time you use the mechanic to explore region by region, it's interesting, it's engaging, it's something to do. It feels like you're actually like,
it gives you that real sense of like, ooh, I'm finding stuff out, and I think that's why I still like to do it to this day. It's like, ooh, there's mystery. I have to figure out what's beyond.
Right, but after you've done it, like 1 or 2 campaigns, I hate that button so much. I hate that alert. Hey, do you see the alert? It's already back. Your damn explorer is ready to be told to go do his job again.
By the way, our peasants are getting uppity. I like that. Peasants getting uppity. At times when peasants experience harsh subjugation, some of them would turn against their landlords, demanding better treatment and conditions. Enforce serfdom, or these things happen. No, I waited too long!
Oh shoot, I should have paused it, sorry.
Shit.
What'd we get?
Okay.
What'd we get?
I don't know, I didn't get to choose anything. I should have just said let them eat cake. These things happen. Let them eat cake.